be, let's see, 30,
Did you see the bombs?
43, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember May Blitz in 1942. We stayed in the air raid shelter for 4 days and 5 nights. People fetching us food and took their chance. That was during the height of the Blitz. Of a morning time when the air raid sirens used to finish, all the guys used to go around. We used to go around looking for shrapnel, as we call it, from the bombs and the anti-aircraft guns. Any bullets that the machine guns on the planes had ejected. And incendiary bombs, they were a favourite. If we found an incendiary bomb unexploded, we would pick up stones and throw them at the bomb to make it go off. Incendiary bombs are made of a phosphorus. The cylinder about 12 inches long, maybe 14, 2 inches wide, and with fins on the end. Most peculiar. But
did you ever hit one?
Oh yes, we used to become quite good at it. Well, we knew what to do. We didn't go near them because, as I say, the phosphorus would just flare up and the fire engines would come and we'd all issued lots of smoke. So we'd all get chased by the firemen then. Well, it was fun.
Did any of your friends or neighbors or people that you know, did their houses get hit by bombs at all? Or?
Oh yes, it was a very sad time. Going to school in the morning, you'd go into your class and you'd see a couple of empty seats and the teacher would have a prayer for those people. You'd know then that they wouldn't be coming back. But you became very adept at the, especially the children. You could tell the difference between a British plane and a German plane by the engine sound. And it always sticks in your mind that the German planes had a tone to them, whereas the Merlin engines were straightforward engines. And we got to know them, and we knew what to do, take cover.
And did you always hear the air raid siren
yes.
as well? And when you hear it now, does it bring back memories?
No,
or?
not really. The sirens that you hear here are totally different. It didn't have the wailing sound like the sirens that we had on the buildings. In the schoolyard, we had an anti-aircraft gun and a barrage balloon. They were manned by the Air Force, and the guns, of course, were manned by the Army. When there was an air raid on, they used to go off. Of course, we were in the air raid shelter.
Were there like lots of food shortages?
Oh yes.
And like milk, things like that?
Well, milk not so bad, but meat, we all had ration books. The chocolate, you'd get about 2 ounces a month, I think. And normally your family saved up all their chocolate coupons so that any of the children could have, chocolate.
Did you have your, did you know your grandparents at all?
Oh yes, my Grandma Brown.
Is that on your mom's side or?
Yes,
yeah?
on my mother's side. I didn't know any of the others.
And what was she like? Did you know her and your grandfather, or just?
No, just my Grandma Brown. She was a wonderful lady. She went through 4 wars.
What? 4 wars? Wow.
And then died of the flu epidemic. When the flu epidemic came and it hit your whole of Europe and all over the world, she passed away then. But she was nearly 100 years old.
So, what about school? You were talking about that earlier. How far did you go in school? I know they grabbed you and made you do another 6 months.
Yes.
And then after that, you went full time into trade school?
No, no, we didn't have anything like trade school. We had to sort of pay for your own tuition as regards trades. Schools were different. I could have gone to high school, and which is high school as such as you know it, and then collegiate, and I was recommended for that, but needed money. Mother needed money.
Money for the family?
Yes, and you didn't get much. My first wage was 10 shillings a week.
Yeah, how much is that?
In the old days, you'd get be $2 to the pound, so it would be like $1 a week in the old days. Now, I don't even think it would be worth that. But I used to.
And what did you do? You were doing
Sheet metal.
tinsmith?
Sheet metal construction, and I worked on the shipping for a long time, and then maintenance.
And then how long did that go? And
Well, you have to serve an apprenticeship. You start your apprenticeship at 16, even though you're working prior to that. You start your apprenticeship 16, and you go till you're 21. But I got special permission to join, to go in the army when I was 17 and a half. I went in the army and signed on as a sheet metal worker in the army too.
so why did you get special permission? Did you ask for that?
I
And
asked for
why did you ask for it?
Well, at that time, my brothers were still in the military, and in the Far East there was a state of emergency, and I don't know, just to taste, something different. Something different, put it that way.
And how long were you in the military?
5 years.
Oh. And that whole time it was sheet metal working?
Yes, but there was also infantry into it too.
Mm.
In the military, in the British Army, you were always a soldier first and a tradesman second.
How did you like it?
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Like the food and the travel and...
Well, the travel you didn't do much. I just went out to the Far East. I was in Hong Kong for a few years, and then I went to Korea, and 12 months. But
Did you learn how to speak any like Chinese
No.
or anything? No.
only
Yeah, I know
Scottish.
British there's sections in Hong Kong where you don't even have to know Chinese, right?
No country in the world that you are at a loss for words if you speak English. Even the children speak English. They're very adept at speaking different languages. And then I came home, and I never settled very much.
How old were you when you came out of the army? Was it the army you were in? How old were
I
you?
was 22.
So 17 to 22?
Yeah.
And what did you do then?
Well, I resumed my trade. I went to the what you call a trade school. We call it technical school. I went back there to get learn layout of sheet metal. Sheet metal layout is a different thing than the construction of sheet metal that they do here. The layout consists of trigonometry and all the rest of that, which is necessary. So I became quite adept at that, and without appearing an egoist, I was sought after in Liverpool
Oh, okay.
to go to work. I never was out of work. I could just go say my name's Albert Penn and they would take me on. But I never had to do that. I just stayed with companies. Then I went on the maintenance.
What kind of maintenance was that?
Sheet metal.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to work for the Dunlop Rubber Company. I was there for about 3 or 4 years. Then I went back on the shipping. Very interested in shipping. And then I started my travels.
Before you started your travels, had you met Olive
Yes.
yet at this point? Tell us a little bit about that.
Olive lived 100 yards from me.
Since when?
From the time she was born and the time I was born.
Wow. I didn't know
used,
that.
Yeah, I used to watch Olive walking up the road. I came out the army and I gave a friend of mine, I said, do you know that girl? And he said, yeah. I said, introduce me to her. And
So it had taken about 20 years for you to actually meet her?
yeah, well, I used to watch it, well, not 20 years, because I didn't take any notice of people then, you know. But when I came home from the army, I started watching, and I used to see her walking up. And anyway, I got to know her.
And what was your first date? Do you remember? It's okay if you don't.
No, I don't remember.
So how long after that did you two get married? Do you know?
Oh, I think it was about 2 years.
Yeah.
About 2 years.
And you did your traveling for your work?
No, and then I first went to South Africa. We were married, Olive and I, and we purchased a house. And went to South Africa. We had 3 children when we went to South Africa.
So the 3 children were born in Liverpool, and you brought